Hello and welcome to the Skyward Randomizer weekly race. We are we are featuring your Witchling, Dia, Muzu, and CJ. On tracking we have Renron, Kinjet, Jahal, and Hamjam, and on commentary for you are KitKat and Battlecat. Say hello, guys.
Hey. So yeah, this is another weekly. These weeklies are pretty cool. They just started a week ago, and we're still kind of in the middle of experimenting with them. But yeah, we got this now, so that's pretty cool. On stream we got some pretty good runners. You know, Average Link, Deer, CJ, and Muzu. So that's gonna be pretty cool. My commentary page is dying right now, but that's okay. Yeah, and we're just about to get this race started, I guess.
I like the file names.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you know where all of our runners are from. Yeah, it looks like we're getting started.
I respect Muzu with the UK land. Yeah, nice off. Alright. So for those of you who are kind of like from the tourney and have followed this since the tourney, there have been a few changes. Most notably are hints, and also we've made some adjustments to the race settings, i.e. there's going to be cheap shops are now a thing. There's 3 dungeons, not 2. Beatrice is off, and there's probably another thing where we change, which I can't exactly remember. But yeah, things like that. I don't know why
Yeah,
I'm
there's
not
also
posting
hints too, which are cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that definitely changes the a lot of things in a lot of ways, and so it'd be interesting to see how our runners deal with those. So yeah, starting off with just a kind of junk item, and yeah, also dungeons were Skyview, Temple, and Ancient System. So probably the 3 fastest dungeons you can possibly have. So
Yeah.
interesting. Interesting to see if this would be a jet seed or not. It's predicted to be looking at dungeons, but yesterday we had quite bad dungeons. We had Skyview, LMF, and Fire Sanctuary, like 3 of the largest dungeons, and that was like a sub 2 seed, pretty much, like an easy sub 2 for most people. So yeah, like this could be the reverse with like a looking like a jet seed, but it could be like, I don't know, 3 hours. I might just jinx it. That would kind of suck. Yeah, so you'll just see our runners kind of go through Skyloft 1 here. It's likely that most of them, if not all of them, will go to Statue first. As Pictures is off, there's no real incentive to stick around the Bazaar that much. And so as you kind of want to create that like nice kind of a line through the Skyloft to minimize routing deviations, it's usually better to do Statue first. But most people get in the practice sword first. Or the practice sword check.
Got a rattle, so I might have some interesting routing.
Yeah. Okay, well, my commentary page doesn't seem to load, so I'll use the actual stream for now, which might have a delay, but hey. Someone in chat asked, are the settings the same as SSR tournament? Somewhat. There are some changes. There's 3 dungeons, not 2. No Beatrice. Hints are now in the game, and cheap shops as well. I think those are the biggest changes. There's probably something else which I've forgotten, but those are the main ones. So yeah, we are on like slightly different hints, but in general, there's like a lot of things that are roughly the same. Yeah, nice wooden shield off the bat. Yeah, nice textures from Average Link as well on the shield. So, yeah. Yeah, shop sanity is now a thing, which is why cheap shops are cheap shop items in Beetle at least. There's nothing in the Bazaar yet that's randomized. At least right now. Yeah. Yeah, Deer getting his first key piece, or just pretty much everyone getting their first key piece right now. Key pieces are an item that we can skip in Earth Temple with Back in Time, because Back in Time is allowed in race settings, it's just kind of restricted. And yeah.
It is quite a slow RBM though, so getting the key pieces is
Honestly,
nice.
yeah. Someone else in chat, what dungeons are required? Dungeons are marked on the trackers with the Triforce. It is Skyview, Earth Temple, and Ancient System. Pretty much the 3 fastest dungeons. So yeah, will be interesting to see if this is a jet. So yeah, scale from Muzu as well. That's really nice to have at this point. Also sets Skyloft in, not Skyloft, sets Skyview in layer 2 when we everyone get there. So that'll be, I think layer 2 is slightly faster. I don't really think there's a difference except enemies are just in a different place.
Yeah, it's slightly faster because the boards are broken and you don't have to fight the Stalfos.
Oh yeah. Also less spiders usually, so that's a plus in my book.
Always a plus.
Woo, yeah, gainer. So yeah, most of these runners kind of go through Skyloft. CJ going to night, so interested to see what he'll be doing. But yeah, most of these runners kind of just like going from the north of Skyloft to the south, which honestly I think is a really good way to route it because, well, just in general, because as Betrow is a thing. Actually, that's what CJ's doing right now. He's activating the Betrow. Yeah, as Betrow's a thing, normally you kind of want to try and Betrow's kind of out of the way, so you kind of want to one-trip him, and the best way of doing that is to start from the opposite side, so any gradual crystals you can get, you can basically just get through it, yeah. Someone in chat, is there a way for this to be all required dungeons? The answer is no, because unrequired dungeons are empty. That is a setting that you can turn off, but for race settings, we just found that having unrequired dungeons have stuff just made the seed exponentially longer. And there's claw shot, so that's quite interesting. Yeah. So, this isn't like OOT, this is more like, I guess, Wind Waker, where the only dungeons we'll see are the ones marked with the Triforce on the tracker. Which again is a setting that we've decided on, but just because it just made like seeds exponentially longer. In terms of this game, at least. I know, of course, in Ocarina of Time, it can like it doesn't really make a difference. Well, I'm not like familiar with Ocarina of Time, so I don't know. But either way, yeah. So CJ definitely getting rewarded for that early Betrow play with claw shots. Oh yeah, okay. Runners learn the dungeons because it's written on a pin board in the academy. Like after they get their first item from first mandatory check from Pledge, they just go ahead and they just walk up to like a pinboard and it tells them the required dungeons. Also, so everything just get hints there, which I didn't quite see what they were, but hints in the game, which was a change from the randomizer tournament.
Yeah, hints are nice.
Yeah, they definitely. I think they mostly make seeds faster. Definitely. The best case, I think the best case of that was definitely yesterday.
Yeah, hints were so helpful yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, no, yesterday they were really good. Okay, Way of the Hero Earth Temple, which is quite interesting. Also, first off from CJ. Yeah, I find it interesting because Earth Temple is usually quite late in logic with the five key pieces. So yeah, definitely interesting. Also, looks like the first pillar was the Emerald Pillar. That's pretty cool. So in these settings, one pillar is unlocked. The other two you'll have to find with their respective tablets. But yeah, that's kind of so it's not too open, but it's not too closed that it will spend like the first hour on Skyloft, which I think is nice. Right, one pillar creates a nice balance.
DJ's going to go check Beetle's shop now. We can see the cheap
Yeah.
purchases.
Oh yeah. He's got like 300 rupees, so I think 300 rupees is definitely the optimal amount you'd want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like because with 300 you can basically just clear the shop in like one go if you're smart about your purchases, and like the some items are junk. So we'll see what the shop is. Looks to be junk so far. See what that rupee is, which I doubt will be anything interesting. Because there's a rupee that's listed on the 300 item. But yeah. So far it's junk, but there are kind of 2 other unseen items from here. That could be something useful. Okay, also Linear Way of the Hero. So that's cool, yeah. Also, one thing I didn't mention is that some runners have got their beetle, which will be really useful for something like Skyview. So they can like get behind the ice. Also, there's the other beetle in the shop. So we already have
Really
hook
early
beetle.
hook beetle.
Yeah. So wouldn't be surprised if behind three eyes is logically required in Skyview, and the average link going to Farron first. Like I think average link is definitely someone who dips to, or no, doesn't. He definitely goes to the surface early. Which honestly, like personally, I think that that's the better, like the optimal strategy in terms of like most seeds. But I mean, it's early game, so it's very rare that these decisions will decide a race. So staying on Skyloft isn't usually a bad strategy. But yeah, definitely average link, definitely going to surface early. He doesn't have beetle, so if say boss key is in behind three eyes, then that'd be quite bad for him in this seed. But yeah, I think that's the beautiful, that's like the beautiful thing of randomizer. Like, as each seed is random, like you can kind of do your best to play with the odds, but at the end of the day, as it's random, sometimes you know each seed is different, so you have to play each seed as it comes and make decisions based on that. And yeah, CJ getting the second key piece from the thing, what's it called? Zelda's closet. There, that is. Just that. Also, we know Volcano Summit will be barren. It's kind of one of the. It's definitely more out of the way, but it's only like 2 checks. It's not like I think there are other like barren hints, such as like Sandsea being barren, which is absolutely insane. Because that skips like such a huge. Because Sandsea's a big part of linear, and it's quite a few checks. Like it's a decent amount of checks, but it's not very check dense, and knowing that they're all barren is quite good. I'll refresh.
And even though Volcano Summit's barren, we might still see runners go there for the 2 hint stones.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. But yeah, definitely seeing people like Deer and CJ that I like them to stay on Skyloft, which you know, completely makes sense. Also, nice CJ missing the the skydive.
Good job, CJ.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, like nice 10 minutes in, we've got a few items. Most of them be claw shots, which are very useful in Skyward Sword. But yeah, that's really all there is to say. I guess it's like kind of runners with like some different strategies. Although most of them are kind of staying on Skyloft, and yeah, average link is definitely someone who's like dipping to surface early. So we'll definitely see. Like the dangerous thing for him right now is if Beetle is hard required. Because both Beetles are on Skyloft. So he might have to double dip Skyview. That's like really his only fear right now, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, we actually did go into Farron as well. 13 minutes in, so definitely later. Yeah, also nice CJ landing behind the thing. Levias isn't always useless. He can be useful. He will be a hinted check, so that so the runners, assuming the runners find the hint zone, they would know in advance, unless they're being really risky and like pulling a battle cat, as in like doing a trial out of logic without even the hint.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, you literally did that in the quarterfinals against Jim, and you just got the hook beat. That was, nice. Anyway, yeah. So that is a valid strategy that runners can do, but honestly, a lot of them would be willing to get the hint first. That's actually a good point. Hints can't be locked by themselves. Like, for example, like, okay, the Levias hint could be in Thunderhead, but it doesn't require that you do Levias first. Although there are like situations, right, where like, for example, if like the Amber Tablet hint is in Linearu, but there's like hint logic, so that can't happen. So runners will always like get the hint before they'll be able to do the check, pretty much. I don't know why, but I seem to be especially talented at being bad at reading seeds. Well, not seeds, hints. I don't know. I often find myself having to read a hint zone twice till I'll miss something. Although I do try to read it really fast, because, it's a speed run, you're kind of time pressured, and, reading isn't exactly something you train, like movement or anything.
Yeah, writing down hints is kind of hard.
Yeah.
Until you...
Yeah. Oh yeah, like you wait for like a cutscene, but the cutscenes are never like long enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just yeah. So if, hint stones are everywhere. I can tell you how many hint stones are in each area. Actually, let me get like my notes. Actually, I probably couldn't do that because yeah, I deleted them anyway. Okay, so off the top of my head, there's 1, 2. I think there's 5 in the sky. 5 in the sky, 3 in Linearu, 4 in Eldin, and 3 in Farron. That's off the top of my head. I might have got one wrong there, but yeah. So there's like roughly an equal amount everywhere. On average, about like 4 in each region.
Yeah, there's 15 total.
Yeah, it's from what I count, it's 5, 5, 4, 3, 3, probably with others. No, Levias can have tablet. I don't know how you got that idea from.
We've seen Levi's have a tablet before.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. In fact, there was literally a hint in the Thunderhead, so... yeah. Like, if that was... Yeah, like, I mean, like, the hints don't affect the item placements or whatever. They just say the item placements. And yeah, there's another hint stone from Deer.
Academy is where the hero.
Yeah. Battlecats, are you using the commentary page?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah. I'm just like wondering how behind I am because I can't do like commentary page doesn't appear to work. Although actually it's working now, which is nice. So I'll use that until it starts to not work again. Yeah, it's working now, so that's cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, we've seen like most of our runners kind of early do like Flora with the fence hop, which is something we missed, but that happened nonetheless. Like if you do a fence hop, you can kind of go around talking to Yerbal and all that stuff. So I believe both of our runners are out of logic currently. Yeah, Ruby Tablet in Ruby Tablet in Lake Floria. Actually, what does Deer have? Does Deer have... Okay, no. Deer is in logic because he has the Beetle as well.
Yeah, this is in logic.
Yeah, so this is... Lake Floria is definitely in logic. And... not Balcats, you're here. Yahal about to get his Ruby Tablet. And he's... Yeah. So in his mind, he's like, okay, well, some might like... I got this out of logic, so... yeah, he's gaining information from going out of logic. Which is a good thing about going out of logic, is that sometimes you can gain a lot of really useful information. Like, the most extreme example of this is finding amber tablets in Lake Floria. With everything except Gust Bellows and Claw Shots. And say if you find Gust Bellows in Linear, then you'll know that Claw Shots is nowhere else in Linear. And that sort of information is really useful if you're like go moding Claw Shots, say in a seed. And that's an extreme example, but things like that can happen in seeds. And so that's like, even though out of logic can sometimes just not pay off in the short term, it can give you information like that, which is very useful in my opinion. Yeah.
So I just want to point out how stacked like Floria was. We got Beetle, Ruby Tablet,
Yeah.
and Spiral Charge.
Yeah, that is pretty stacked.
So Deer's the first runner going to Eldon, and Deer's actually in Logic here. But if Yao were to immediately go to Eldon, he would not be in Logic.
Yeah, Deer's played to
Well,
go
with
to
the items
Eldon.
he has.
Yeah. This I don't entirely understand, but I mean, Deer is Deer. Like, you know, like a lot of these kind of newer players, will often make kind of quote unquote aggressive plays where they constantly will like dip into places, to kind of make up the fact that like say, like they might not have the best movement. I think Deer is definitely one of those runners who will make kind of aggressive or risky plays, and so far they've definitely paid off. With like Deer consistently scoring near the top of the leaderboard. But yeah, it's like it's just interesting to see how like a lot of people will tend to like play to their strengths. In a way, like for example, like I'm the complete reverse of Deer. Like I'm someone who often is much more an execution based player, so I'll often be much more kind of safer in my moves. But again, Deer just kind of goes for these like risky plays, and honestly, that just kind of makes it pretty cool. And there's the Amber Tablet from Yao, so that's interesting, definitely.
All 3 tablets.
Yeah, all 3 tablets is early. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's that's Bo. That's a Bo from Deer.
Nice key piece from Yao.
Yeah, we might be able to see the 5 key piece, which isn't unheard of. Because again, there are ways to skip the key pieces, so they're not very relevant. Hence they're not on the tracker. But it's like, yeah, it's like it can happen where you get all 5 key pieces, although like none of the runners will often try to get 5 key pieces. Yeah. Also, Bugnet, by the way, from Deer. Jasix would be happy with the seed. Oh yeah, and the Walk of Shame from CJ as well, a bit longer. Honestly, like, personally, for me, I've had a lot of mental blocks with some things, and Q-Bot for me is one of them. Like, I don't know why, but I've been failing Q-Bot. Like, I've been running the game for 4 years. I never usually, like, fail Q-Bot, but recently I've just been doing it so much, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. It's whatever.
It seems like over time I'm getting worse at all these strategies. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Betrowway the hero from CJ, so that's interesting, definitely.
we got claw shots there, so that could very well be the way they.
That's actually very true. Yeah, and this isn't a Sphere 0 check, but it's close to it, yeah. And yeah, getting all these items, yeah. I'm almost surprised that Yao didn't do Skyview, but I mean, I'm not gonna question his routing decisions. I mean, you know. Again, there's never like a perfect way to route every seed, so you know. He probably took note of like the lack of items and made adjustments. But honestly, like if I was playing the seed, I'd probably just go straight into Skyview. But hey, that's just me.
Actually, Yao can't even get into Skyview since he doesn't have any projectiles.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, good job, me. But no, that's very true. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, I literally did that thing. It was like, I don't know why this person isn't doing that. He can't do that. Oh yeah. But hey, it's whatever. Yeah, no. Yeah.
There's Yao's claw shots.
Yeah. Yeah, CJ definitely using the cautious to maneuver around Skyview. Cautious is one of those items that definitely makes it easier, and it makes it like way faster as a dungeon because you're not meant to have cautious necessarily. Okay, nice from CJ with that guy. Well, I don't know what they're called. The three-headed dudes. Yeah, he just kind of like chopped his head off, which is like like really quickly.
Very satisfying when you get it first try.
Yeah. Skyview small key, nice. Yeah, definitely so far we have kind of different strategies from all the different runners. Or different routes, I should say. But yeah.
Muzu not doing the spider rolls, sad. CJ also not doing the spider rolls.
Right, you don't need to raise the water. You forget, like, if you have cautious, you just don't need to raise the water because you can just cautious right up there, like CJ demonstrated earlier. Yeah, average and getting is peaceful as well. Oh yeah, root pools are in this setting. There's 16 in total in the item pool. So yeah. I guess that's like good on a strategy base because it makes you become not too reliant on getting rupees from checks alone. It forces you to think about rupees in the overworld, which I think is pretty cool. Because as like gold and silver rupees are really common, you can kind of just go on autopilot and just say, oh well, I'll get a gold rupee by this point. But root pools can kind of say no you, which I think is pretty interesting. Okay, there's a harp thing over there. It could be the harp or could just be a song. One of the two.
Pretty sure Deer found the harp on Digging Mit's check a while ago.
Oh yeah, he did. I didn't see that. So yeah, definitely a song for how we know. Yeah, Din's power. One other change you might have noticed from the Tawny version is that there are no more kind of you might need reveals from the songs. That's because trials are also a kind of guaranteed hint item, and so they're on the hint stones and not on the song locations. They can be on the song locations, but it's not like it's not just kind of might need reveals or it will be useless. It'll tell you exactly what it is. Yeah, mostly doing the bit warp, and again, I want to say back in time is allowed. These like the glitches, like the glitch rule set for races is much more similar to Wind Waker again, with the fact that pretty much all glitches are allowed with some exceptions. Most notably, the biggest exceptions are like you can't leave Skyloft back in time. Like you can't do Sky or Farron bit because that would really break the randomizer. Okay, well, not really break the randomizer, but I don't know. Battle explain. He's the guy who does know logic stuff. I don't really know much.
But yeah, Baron bit and actually Elden bit is a thing in Rando now. You can set a lot more scene flags with it. You can pretty much break the game with it.
Yeah, and so for like
White fan.
Yeah. So for Rando to still be Rando and not just back in time Sweatfest, we've kind of limited to Skyloft. Nice CG with the broke, by the way. That's alright, you know. Gotta love that. Yeah.
Blame dolphin calibration.
Yeah. Honestly, the calibration. Oh no, he said I thought he fixed it, but no, he's just falling on the other side now. Okay. Yeah. Dolphin calibration can be a lot more hit and miss. Like you'll see people say, "Oh, the motion controls sucked," and that is the full discussion of that is a story for another time. But I can definitely concrete that console motion controls are often more reliable than Dolphin motion controls. Dolphin motion controls can be really good, but it kind of depends. It depends a lot about your setup. Just in general with the motion controls, it depends about your setup. Like the location of your sensor bar, the location of potential sunlight, your hardware itself. It's like a lot of things can go into the experiment, which I think is why a lot of people had a kind of hit or miss kind of experience with. Like some people didn't have a problem with motion controls, some people really did, and yeah, I think I was down to just the setups of different people, which you know is a flaw of the game. But I mean, hey, what do you expect? It's 2011 technology.
Yeah, I personally didn't have that much of a problem with Dolphin motion controls, but they feel so much nicer on console.
Oh yeah, I started Rando on emulator, and honestly, when I transitioned to console, it's so much better. Although that probably was because I used Bluetooth headphones, which definitely probably were interfering with some of the things. Yeah, I'm surprised that behind three eyes weren't useful. Okay, they might be useful, but I mean, like they weren't logically required for the dungeon itself because we found the small keys and the boss key not in that location at all. CJ and I think Muzu's also gonna check there. Yes, Muzu's also gonna check behind three eyes. No, yeah, but as we got Beetle, I just got like Poke Beetle quite early. You know, you kind of expect something to be behind there, just on a logic standpoint. But yeah, and that's like kind of another way of playing is like with the logic. Like you can sometimes try and read the Sphere Zero items and kind of make the dictate your route, which is I think one of, if not the most kind of risky thing you can do. But hey, it works for some people.
Oh yeah, and Deer got mitts back on Colin's letter, I believe. So now, also a sword, that's pretty cool. Yeah, now Deer gets to check the rest of Elden.
Yeah, Digmas definitely opened up a lot, and honestly, we might be seeing Deer doing early Earth Temple. Yeah. As I said, Dingmit's opened up a lot in Elden in general, so I didn't see if that'll play to his advantage. Also, Muzu and CJ almost synced. Yeah, just the chest movement kind of ruined it a bit. Slightly synced, I guess. Nice different treasures. Yeah, treasures can be slightly different, but hey. Yeah, Deer's done a lot more kind of dipping from one place to another. But yeah, these are the plays that Deer is known for making these kind of somewhat like aggressive plays with going to well, like skipping certain checks as well. Like, you know, it's just these are just the things he's been known for, and it kind of makes him win races in some regards. For the most part, if he's lucky, which I mean he normally is, because he's normally been at like the top of the things.
And on another note, average Link is in Lineru now.
Yeah, he got the Amber tablet, so he'll be able to do that. He can do a decent. Oh yeah, he can do a lot in Lineru. Actually, he can't do everything. He can do kind of lower Lineru and also the Sand Sea, or some of it anyway. There is DQ because in those circles, yeah.
Here is not checking the hint stone in digging or Thrill Digger cave. Probably just, yeah, he surely just forgot about it because it's a free hint.
Yeah, will be pretty interesting to see if that that hint was useful at all. Except it was. Oh boy, Diz's gonna not like the seed.
Watch, Deer knows where everything is and read the logic perfectly, so he doesn't need the hint stone.
Yeah, but also just on Deer, it's insane how quickly he's improved. Because you know, just at the start of the tournament, he was basically he did the last place, but throughout the tournament, he improved a lot and ended up making the quarterfinals. And yeah, it just goes to show you that like even if like you're new to this, you can kind of, I mean, Skyward and Rando in general is in his kind of early days, and a lot of us are kind of still figuring out some routing stuff, and so it's like, but even then, you know, if you just train hard enough, like. You can kind of rise through the ranks really quickly, as Deer has shown there, definitely. Okay, so Muzu and CJ finishing up Skyview here with their first dungeon. Yeah, looks like Deer is doing the Earth Temple back in time. Nice map at the end of the dungeon, because that's always nice. Also, Muzu just got slapped. Yeah, Flo. These are the quickest dungeons, but you know, we could have a situation like yesterday where we had dungeons that said the seed was one way, but actually the seed ended up being another. Like yesterday, the dungeons were LMF, Fire Sanctuary, and Skyview. So like two of the longest dungeons. Yet it was like a sub 2 seed. So yeah. And yeah, this seed could go the other way. I'm hoping it won't, but it could.
Yeah, it could flip.
Yeah, well, I mean, like any seed can go for long enough if like if it's like a terrible sword hunt. But yeah. Deer. Yeah, deer is only a sword, just a sword and a whip actually, which is insane. Yeah, it's like only like 40 minutes in, and he's what I consider being late game guessing. Even though again we're like 40 minutes in, which is nuts. Oh yeah, I mean he could still need bombs, and bombs are of course logically required. For Earth Temple.
Well,
But yeah.
technically you can full clear it without bombs.
Technically,
you
yeah.
have to do Bombless Caldera.
Yeah, but Bombless Caldera is not that bad if you practice it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, one thing though, Earth Temple was way the hero, so which again I find interesting because Earth Temple is usually quite late in the logic. But yeah. Definitely gonna be interesting to see what we find. Yeah, vanilla bomb bag. That would be interesting. Definitely. Nice use of the bow idea as well to get that boulder down. Can't wait to find a whip in Earth Temple. That is a possibility. We could pretty much find anything in Earth Temple, for the most part. First Ancient Citizen chest. I found a seed that had that, literally, where the whip was in the first Ancient Citizen chest, and it was absolutely great. In part because, like, I'm the person who'd go for those plays. Yeah, Summit is Baron. That's definitely one of the more common Baron hints because it's only like 2 checks. Yes, I dropped my bomb bag conveniently in this chest, which turns uninvisible and is in the center of the room. Yeah.
Like
Baron just means that there's nothing in it. Yeah. Also, Hylian. I didn't notice that Yao picked up the Hylian shield. Also, yeah, which is interesting. And yeah, one thing to note is that pretty much all of these runners except Deer have custom textures, which is pretty cool. Custom textures aren't on the GUI; they're kind of something you have to do manually. They're like pretty cool though, and honestly, that's something I'm looking to do, but they take time, and I can't be bothered right now because I wouldn't be doing much. But yeah, I mean, either way, they still look cool. And yeah, we got like Muzu with the nice bright pink tunic. Also, yeah, Masterwood for Deer. And yeah, we had like the yellow and blue tunic for CJ and Average Link signature purple. Yeah, it's just a nice way of kind of color customizing everything.
Yeah, textures can take a while to make, but they look really good when they're done.
Yeah, especially this kind of like a emulator contour bias, where on emulator they're so much easier to do. Yeah. I'm just hoping that they come out on like the GUI at some point, which I know is like fairly down the line of the to-do list of all the devs. But yeah. Either that or someone like Yao, please teach me how to do it. So yeah. Yeah, so as I said earlier, we did find Master Sword in Temple. So all Deer needs now is the whip, and then he's in go mode. And with the other runners, it's kind of I think everyone pretty much has the longsword. No one really has any other sword than just the longsword. At least on our restream runners. There are of course other runners not on the restream, I think Pac-Man Power Ghost is the only person who's not on restream right now, who's running. Yeah, emulator does tend to have more of like a HD look to it, which is in part because it's on emulator, but also kind of in part because it doesn't have to go through a capture card. Yeah, I'm a console gamer myself, in terms of this, mainly because I've been playing on console for 4 years and it's just what I'm used to, and also because it's like better motion controls for me at least, and yeah. Yeah, no. So CJ and Muzu were getting their tablets. Well, again, it's like, oh, there's like another sword from Yao hinted, which I didn't quite see where it was, but it was somewhere. I think on Skyloft. I think. Is Leviathan logic? Where was Ballad? Oh, people got Ballad, of course, yeah.
5 bombs.
Yeah, people got Ballad. Yeah, Leviathan isn't logic, so we could see a whip being on Leviathan. Again, these runners would get a hint stone for it beforehand, so unless they're super crazy, they probably won't go for it until they got the hint. Because Leviathan does take a long time and has definitely changed the fate of races more than a decent amount of times. Oh yeah, Deer getting a fortunate, not soft lock, but kind of soft crash, if you could say, during the back in time. He basically messed it up. That's it.
Yeah, you have to be careful when voiding out, because if you press B and go back to the splash screen, it'll kind of just prevent you from moving. So you can still menu around, but you can't move. So you have to restart bit.
Yeah. I like how someone who says like no one's checking H assistant. That's mostly because there's only one check they can check in H assistant right now. Okay, actually no, you can check multiple. You can check more. But they're not in logic unless you have the whip, which none of our runners have right now. I don't think. Yeah, no one has the whip right now. Yes, Levice is guaranteed to be hinted somewhere. I think. I'm pretty sure it is. Like, it's Levice, Trials. I have a literal list of all the guaranteed hinted checks. Yeah, Levice, Silent Realms, Allen Crystal, Sparrow Crystals, top of LMF, and Butcher 50. In race settings, there are of course other checks that can be hinted at. Yeah, well, yeah, it is entirely possible that the hints are bugs because these aren't 100% stable versions. They are stable, of course, as we're doing runs, but they're not like bugs can still exist. Yeah, and yeah, hints exist. Yeah, they're like a new inclusion, which is why they weren't featured in the tournament, but are featured now. And yeah, they definitely add a new dynamic to the game. They definitely added a dynamic to yesterday's seed. Yeah. Hints were kind of someone in chat asked how they were played. They were mostly implemented the same way Ocarina of Time was with hint stones. And we have like Way the Hero, Baron hints, item hints. Whatever would give information about the seed. And yeah, you just talk to a hintstone and then they tell you. But they give you 2 hints, one per text box.
Yeah, the hints are on gossip stones.
Yeah, that's what they call gossip stones. I totally didn't forget that for like 5 seconds. Yeah, so yeah, we got Deer making his way through Earth Temple. Average Lake, I believe, going to do Skyview now. And Muzu and CJ are both on Skyloft. So we have kind of 2 runners of very similar routes, and the other 2 kind of doing their own thing right now. Oh, there's the Highly Shield, which is on was it on Paro's Bottle or Crystals? I think it was Bottle, right?
I don't remember.
No. I know CJ got like 2 items in succession, I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. I think it's always the second one is oh yeah, the
I'm
second
pretty sure
one
the second one is bottle.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, someone in chat just said trying to remember like where Ghost of Stones were, and it says yeah. Yeah, they're kind of all over the place. I think someone will correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not very familiar with OOT. But I think in OOT they're kind of roughly in the same place. But here they're kind of spread out. Like, you know, there's one on like this island where Muzu's at. There's a few more in the sky. There's one near Ancient Cistern. There's one in Deep Woods. There's one in Elden, for example. There's one in Thrill Digger. There's one in Summit. They're just kind of just all over the place, and all kind of have their individual requirements to get to them. Like, for example, the one that Muzu did there. That one requires portals to get to. Yeah, the Ghost of Stones are added in. Yeah, that's how the hints work. And as you see, like average length just going past one, and reading one actually, yeah. And that's kind of how hints work, is that they give you information on the seed, so you can act accordingly. Yeah, like I think that I don't think we changed the location of the hint stones, but I know that a lot of them don't pop up until very late game. And by late game I mean you're fighting Demise late game, so you wouldn't usually go back to these areas to see if they're here hint stones. I think anyway. I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't really part of the development. I just run this game.
Normally, you'd play the harp near some butterflies, and then the hintstone comes out. I don't know at one point in the game it does, but all the hintstones are automatically there in the rando.
Yeah. So yeah, we have average link. Nice deer getting TMS, by the way. Yeah, average link. Average link in Skyview. So yeah. Yeah. Again, True Master Sword is not required. There are four swords. Only 3 are required. But the 4th one does make the end game a little bit faster and easier. So you know, it's useful to have. And sometimes, I guess sometimes can be a good like tiebreaker. Assuming the other guy is like I mean, muscle doesn't slow you down that much, but it just can. If you're like unskilled at Horde. Not like most players at Horde are usually okay with it. But yeah, 15 minutes in. You know, both players kind of making their way through the game, or all the players making their way through the game.
Casually one item from Go Mode.
Oh yeah, Deer is 1 item from Go Mode. Yao seems to be, I think 3 items from Go Mode, pretty much. Yeah. Did we see Deer get the boss key in Earth Temple? I don't know if he did.
I don't remember. Yeah, Earth Temple isn't that bad to.
Okay, so bombs are required for this. Okay, so yeah. Boss keys and map chest, so bombs are required. Logically, actually, I think you can skip a whip.
Oh wait, Deer did get whip.
Did he? Where was
Deer's
whip?
in Go Mode.
No, he's not. He needs bombs, I think. Or okay, no, you can skip bombs. I'm wrong. Although I don't know if Deer knows this RBM, because I certainly don't. It's the way you talk to Sparrow, isn't it? In the bazaar. Back in time.
The map chest rock.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, that's it. Or you can use the hook beetle to blow it up, which Deer does have.
Oh yeah. So Dim might be in Go Mode actually. He didn't even finish. So he might be looking for the bomb bag, which could be a mistake on his part. Especially if the other runners know the RBM or know the like all have food beetle and know that's useful.
I know Muzu knows the hook beetle trick because that's where I learned it.
Yeah. And there is a possibility that Deer might not know bomb Scudero, so he might be looking for bombs anyway, as they are quote-unquote required.
Yeah.
But yeah, no runners have got bombs yet, so that kind of anyone's guess to where they are.
We saw Lineru was way there. Did Yao get anything in Lineru?
I don't think so. I think he might have got a sword. Not entirely sure though. But yeah, Muzu's also in Lineru, by the way. So yeah. Nice.
Nice boss.
Get yeeted by the Keith Yao. Yeah, bombs are bad. Bat 50 is actually one of those things that is with a hint. That is hinted, so runners would get a hint. Although it is fairly quick, so you wouldn't really want to put that one off. Unlike Levias, which is kind of slow.
Nice collision, by the way, on Deer's screen. Kind of just like rode the door frame for a second.
Yeah. And also, yeah, I just want to point, like, Average Link definitely changed a lot with textures. Like, he's been, I think, one of the more texture-heavy runners. I think U Battlecats is another one that often uses a lot of textures.
On Dolphin, yeah, not on console.
Yeah. Average Link is definitely someone who uses a lot of them on console. And then there's me, who like, kind of can't be bothered. But yeah, definitely, textures are definitely a really cool thing, I think. Okay, I need to go for like 5 seconds. Battlecats cover me.
Okay, so yeah, nothing really is happening. Deer's in go mode, but I don't know if Deer knows that he's in go mode, or at least if he knows Bombless Caldera or whatnot. Yeah, Muzu's in Lineru. I don't think she's gonna find anything, because I don't think Yao found anything.
Hey.
CJ didn't get circles, which is disappointing. Oh, and there's Bombag, so Deer is now 100% in go mode. And I was about to say, I wonder where Deer's gonna find the bomb bag, and yeah. So if Deer has decent execution, for the next, I don't know how long, until the seed is over, I'd estimate like 15-20 minutes maybe. Because he's got to do Galactos, then all of Skyview, which the boss key is at the end, so... We'll see if he gambles on the bit warp. I doubt it, but that's a thing that could happen. So Thrill Digger hint wasn't useful for Deer. So I guess he'd save time by skipping it. And also, I don't remember if KitKat said this, but another change from the tournament settings is that Skip in Prison 2 is on, so we will not be hiding this file, which is kind of sad, but it makes the endgame faster. So we can cut like 4 minutes or 3-4 minutes off of Deer's estimate. Just because of no Imp 2.
Alright, I'm back. So yeah, looks like Deer found the bomb bag, I guess.
Yeah, it was in behind Waterfall.
Oh yeah. Yes, yeah. Yeah, Deer is in go mode, so yeah, really good to see from Deer. Again, it's that sort of play of skipping checks and just yeah, that's something that he's kind of known for. So yeah, like a lot of these kind of risky plays definitely paying off for Deer. They tend to pay off a lot more for Deer actually, which is, you know, it's just yeah.
Deer got a
It's a
2
nice
cycle on the first phase.
Well, it's nice Yao getting eaten by the spider.
Monka spider. CJ missing the last cutscene skip, which is the worst one to miss because it's the longest cutscene of the 3.
Yeah.
And then jumping in the lava.
So yeah. So yeah, currently all the runners. Deer got a lot of seeds early, which is interesting. Yeah, like I think like Deer has definitely got more. You know, he found a lot more swords early, which I think is why he didn't go mode so quickly relative to the other runners, because they still have to find a lot of the swords, and he just kind of, you know, he just kind of can go. So yeah, this seed in particular didn't really favor anyone who like checked a lot of hints. This was more like just kind of find it yourself seed, which was kind of a bit of a contrast from yesterday's seed, where hints played a
hints
heavy
weren't
role
that
in. Yeah. But I mean, this one was kind of just honestly, if the hints were off for this one, I don't think much would have been that much different. Yeah, I don't really think it matters if you do like Temple before Skyview. I mean, yeah, you do need to end in Farron, so yes, that could be slightly optimal. But I mean, if you end up in Go mode in Elden, you might as well do that. Although, I mean, yeah, Deer was in or is it? Deer was in like Anxious when he did when he was in Go mode. Yeah. Yeah, I think like the way the hero item was a sword. I think. Yeah, it was a sword in Earth Temple. That was the way the hero in Earth Temple.
Actually, I think the sword can't be Way of the Hero since we got TMS and it's not vanilla. There's no sword locked swords, I think.
Okay.
We did get Ballad, but
I don't think there's anything in Thunderhead though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it might have been Whip. If I remember correctly, Whip was on Boss Key Chest.
Bosky Chest of Wait Dungeon? Temple?
Yeah, Earth Temple.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, it couldn't have been. Well, it wasn't Skyvik's already seen that. It wasn't H System, because it can't be. Yeah, I swear, like, Dio was just, like, made his, like, own way of. His, like, own strategy of playing. And, like, not just in Beatrice, just in general, with his, like, really risky plays. That just pay off.
Yeah, Deer has some really unique routing, but it seems to pay off most of the time.
Okay, CJ getting his sword, so he's like one sword left, pretty much.
Deer not happy about having any bottles, or having no bottles.
Oh yeah, he can't like play safe or hoard, so he'll just have to go for it.
Yeah, not a very healthy seed.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the thing with jet seeds is that they often end with very little hearts and very little bottles.
Nice Caldera fight with TMS.
Yeah, TMS definitely makes that fight easier. Oh yeah, also bombs weren't even required because Bosky was literally behind those alphas. So yeah, I think Deer just wasn't confident with bombless Caldera. But yeah, bombs were definitely in a convenient place for him, so good for him. You know, sometimes like the risk of not knowing certain strats is that like for example bombs in this case they could have been like a really awkward place, which would have given like the time for other runners to catch up. Yeah, I think all runners have got the bug net now, so yeah, that's pretty cool.
All of the bottles are probably in Linearu.
So what was the way the hero item in Linearu?
If I had to guess, probably key pieces.
Oh yeah, Kibi's could have definitely been way the hero in this seed. Skyview boss key was actually at the end of the dungeon, I believe.
Yeah, it was next to the boss door. So, dear
I mean,
my
Skyview in general is a
full
pretty
player.
quick dungeon.
Yeah, it's not as long as Fire Sanctuary or anything, so should be a fairly straightforward dungeon.
Yeah, but like all these three dungeons are pretty quick, which is why this is a kind of projected. What is it? Projected jet seed.
Man, it seems to be a jet seed.
Yeah, at least from Deer's point of view, from if anyone else's. Oh yeah, 2 tablets even for Deer, I think. Does he have him Emerald tablet? No, he just doesn't. Yeah.
You might get it here though. I don't remember which rock it's on.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's this one. Yeah. Deer's probably looking for bottles right now.
Yeah, understandable. Because you know, like again, Deer is definitely not one of our he's not as competent as on endgame as other players, so he's definitely like trying to make that up in like getting bottles and stuff, and being as like well prepared as you can be, which is absolutely fair.
Container's not bad. It'll give him an extra heart for Horde. Actually, no, that just gave him 8 hearts, so it doesn't help for Horde. Because this is hero mode.
So yeah, we see Deer basically makes his way through Skyview. CJ in Skuldera right now, and Average Link and Muzo are both in the Academy doing stuff. I think Academy was also where the hero. Can't exactly remember what was useful from there. But yeah, it was where the hero.
Digging mitts?
Yeah,
Oh,
probably
alright.
actually, yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think it was logically required digging mitts to see. I think you probably could have done it without digging mitts.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh no, CJ.
Yes, he's just struggling with Bombless Caldera.
I mean, his first 2 phases were nice, but it's the last one.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Bombless Caldera is definitely hard to get down. Honestly, I think on those things.
You got it though. So he's
Yeah, it's
fine.
pretty cool. Was that double map at the end? Which I find pretty funny. Yeah, CJ is missing a sword. I don't know which sword he is missing though. I think did he get the one outside Earth Temple?
No, he can still get that one right outside E2.
Okay,
It's
so
literally
yeah.
the big spot right outside. So he can, hopefully he gets that. No, CJ. Oh wait. Oh, he's not doing the dig spots. It's right there.
Why? What?
His sword is
Why?
right there.
It's right there, CJ. Okay, no, yeah. Where was the other sword? I think it was. There's a hint for it, I think. I mean, Deer got it, so he'd probably know.
Yeah, I don't remember which one that is.
I mean, I guess it makes sense as he can do all his required dungeons. You know, I don't know if I would have done that, to be honest, because I'm someone who says you should probably do your required dungeons first, because you have to. Although, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Although, I don't know if I'd, hard do required dungeons like that. Oh yeah, he doesn't even have mitts. Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, he doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, never mind then.
Yes, yeah, you can't even get it anyway. Okay, interesting. Well, yeah, like 1 mitts were on like Colin's letter. Which I don't think you checked, I guess.
Oh, and the other sword is also mitts locked. So the mitts in Academy is probably the way of the hero. Because Yal's about to get the sword here. At least I think this is a sword.
CJ did skip, I don't know if he skipped all of it, but he skipped that and ding spots, but that's because he doesn't have ding mitts. Because one was on Colin's letter and the other, we don't know. So that is going to kind of, be a bit unfortunate. It's interesting how like a lot of runners get into like these kind of unfortunate situations where they skip checks. You know, not Deer. Deer just somehow skips checks and it works for him.
CJ is missing the sword in Magma Turf that's mitts locked, and the sword right next to ET that's also mitts locked. And Deer's about to get boss key here.
Yeah, so yeah, CJ's gonna have to probably make definitely a another trip to Skyloft for that. Nice full key from Muzu. I don't know if she's done Earth Temple yet, so I don't think she has.
It means we get to see the door opening animation.
Woo, see that like for once. And not just a no bit.
Here's Master Sword for Yao. You're still hoping for that bottle.
Dear, where are bottles? Yeah, I mean there are like 5 of them in the run. And so normally you'd expect to get at least one so you can like kind of have a safe hoard. But yeah. Okay, Muzu getting a white sword, so I think she just needs a sword and a whip, then she's good, I think. Pretty much.
I mean, Deer can still hope that there's a bottle on TMS, or I don't know if we've seen Ballad of the Goddess yet. The Czech Ballad of the Goddess.
C just needs one sword. He's got the white sword now.
Yeah, but both of them are mitts locked, so he's got to get mitts first, and then he can get one of the swords.
Oh my god, TMS bottle would be actually kind of funny. Alright, so yeah, Dave is just doing Battle Ghost and he'll be doing the end game fairly soon. Average making his way through Earth Temple. CJ making his way through Ancient and Muzu still trying to find something. And we'll probably enter Earth Temple fairly shortly with all 5 key pieces. Which is both pretty interesting.
No bottle on Ballad, but we still got TMS.
Yeah.
Deer just shot Impa.
Yeah, Deer does have a healthy lead, so I think even if he dies once to Horde, he should still be good. Although I don't know, there are some unrestreamed runners, so they could take it. Like they could make the snipe. And we have seen snipes, definitely.
Not a bottle, but it is an extra heart, so.
Yeah, Pac-Man could just do some, like, really, could just have, like, the seed of his life, and just snipe. Yeah, so as Deer has no bottles, he'll be hoping to be as conservative as possible with his health. Well, yeah, Deer sniped a lot of people in the tourney and made it as far as the semi-finals, which I don't think a lot of people. I think a lot of people were expecting him to definitely get out early, especially with his group that he was in. So yeah, I mean, Deer's one of those runners that has like really improved a lot in Rando in a really short amount of time. And he's now definitely a player to be feared.
Okay, Deer, good first barrier.
Yeah, first barrier can usually be like the most finicky, especially just with regular Master Sword. But yeah, Deer has true Master Sword, so he's definitely at an advantage.
Kind of scuffed Horde skip setup, but it might actually work.
Oh damn! No, I didn't. Yeah, the setup for Horde skip I find is most important because if your setup's bad, it's like you have to really kind of do a lot to make that better. Like this setup can make or break it pretty much, and it broke it here unfortunately.
Muzu.
Muzi dying, pretty unfortunate. Yeah. But yeah, both CJ and Muzi just need one more sword. And unfortunately didn't get earlier because of unfortunate routing, but that's just the game you play with Rando is sometimes that can happen. Alright, Muzi getting last sword, so she is not quite going she still needs the whip. But she'll get it as soon as she enters that temple, basically.
You're getting past archers, nice.
Yeah, Archer is definitely one of the more scary parts. So yeah.
Alright, Deer's past Horde.
Nice. Alright, so yeah, Yao getting his whip. So he's in go mode pretty much. Is Dick a new blindfolded mouse? We don't know. He doesn't have his face cam on. Yeah, now CJ is definitely doing a bunch of tricks that we haven't seen before to get his mitts and sword, basically.
Unfortunately, it seems like our our extra mitts are going to be mitts locked since Academy's Way of the Hero, and we don't know what is Way of the Hero other than the mitts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just depends on when he goes to Academy and gets the mitts. Yeah, Deer's on second phase of Demise now.
Yeah, I did looking to finish up with quite a good time, actually. Probably, I think, the best we've seen with these settings.
It's a really good time, yeah. Oh, he got up. Nice shield bash, though, to counter.
Alright, and that's GG's Deer.
GG, Deer.
Finishing with probably, yeah, definitely, I think the best time we've seen from these settings. Yeah, GG.
That's insane.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, you know, Deer with his classic plays of just kind of non-stop dipping everywhere, and, you know, it pays off.
We said jet seed, but I didn't think it would be this much of a jet seed.
Yeah, this is kind of, yeah, this is definitely really big jet territory. Yeah, well, I mean, Yal did get like 3 of the bottles, so I can't actually remember where they were. But they were somewhere. Where
Probably
it,
in Linearu.
yeah, where Deer didn't look. Yeah, honestly, I think that's where most of Deer's time save was, not going to Linearu. Because that's what a lot of other runners did. But he, you know, he able to do two type of seed with this. Honestly, I wouldn't even know how I'd do in the seed. I'd probably, I'd imagine that Deer wouldn't beat me in the seed. I would have thought Deer would probably been first in the seed. Had I been racing today.
Yeah, Deer did really well.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of his rally decisions definitely paid off. And yeah, they definitely tend to normally pay off. Also, Pac-Man, unfortunately, DNF had C's in the chat. Linearu was basically barren, except for I think a few bottles and key pieces. Which is why Deer was able to do it, well, do the seed without even going to Linearu. He did get the tablet, unfortunately, but yeah, he never basically went there. And that's like, I guess that's probably one of the things with Linearu, is that like sometimes you can just kind of get trapped there. And yeah, and Deer was able to avoid that with very clever routing.
Yeah, we did get a Linearu Way the Hero hint, so...
Yeah, yeah. I guess like on Temple Seeds, Way the Hero hints are less important as they can just be key pieces, which I think in this case they were.
Yeah, probably.
So it's definitely like, yeah. So there are definitely many points when following Way the Hero hints too closely can actually be a detriment. I think this seed was definitely one of them. Because again, you could have like removed the hints and probably nothing would have changed. Swords were, there's one in Earth Temple, one in a dig spot in Elden, and some in other places. I don't entirely remember. Oh, there's one in Mogma, I think. Yeah, yeah.
That's a sword in Earth Temple. There's one in Magma Turf that was mitts locked, and one next to ET that was mitts locked. And I don't remember the other one. Oh, there's a bottle.
Mhm.
Oh, and mitts.
Yeah, those are the other myths, so we might be able to see CJ getting a sword.
I don't know what was Way of the Hero in Academy then. Oh wait, I think there was a key piece in Zelda's closet actually. That might be it.
Oh
Now that I
yeah,
think of it.
yeah. Yeah, and as like hints definitely very new, a lot of people kind of might kind of miss these things, especially like Earth Temple seeds. Yeah, CJ, really just when CJ goes to Elden, he'll find the swords, 'cause that's where they are. Which I'd imagine he might do. I think Pac-Man is like, hasn't really, I don't think has finished a race recently. Which is kind of unfortunate to have to forfeit like this many times, but it's whatever. And we have Deer here, GG.
GG.
GG dear.
What's
I'm
up?
pretty sure I know what your first question is going to be.
Huh? Sorry?
I think I know what your first question is going to be.
Yeah. Where are the bottles?
I'm I'm actually quite sure where the balls were because I wasn't keeping track. But I know Yal got 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah, but Yao went to Laneru.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
okay,
thing.
okay.
That's the thing. What set you apart from everyone was everyone. A lot of people went to Lanero, especially as it was Way the Hero, and Amber Tablet was pretty early for most people. But you were able to just 2-tablet seed this, so that definitely put you far ahead with your kind of routing stuff.
I guess so, yeah. I basically skipped the sky view, I guess.
Yeah. You pretty much just kind of upon getting Ruby Tablet, you just bolted it to Elden, and that's kind of where a lot of useful stuff was for you, instead of doing Skyview. Which I think you could have done Skyview earlier, but yeah, you just elected not to, which ended up, I think, paying off at the end. Because you could just go right through.
Sky view usually has nothing, so yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it had that much this seed either. I'm surprised that Behind the Eyes was useless, because he had Poke Beetle within like 10 minutes.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
But like,
I don't know.
I kind of would expect there to be like something there, but nothing was really there.
Well, okay, let's see. I guess Yal is second.
I guess currently, yeah.
Just soft locked, so.
Oh,
It looks like Muzu's doing some funky stuff. On her computer. I don't know. It's definitely taking up a tracker space, so I don't know.
Probably Scaldera shreds.
That is very valid, especially because it changes depending on what sword you have. Yeah, like I'll definitely do that as well. A lot.
Okay, so there is a bottle on Baby Rattle. Guess I could have gotten that. Actually, no. No bellows. I don't know. Maybe Power Courage. Yeah, maybe that. I guess
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
really matter anyway.
Yeah, I didn't really keep track of where any of the bottles were, because normally bottles aren't really something you keep track of. Yeah, especially in a non-fire sanctuary seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, didn't seem like you needed a bottle anyway, because your end game was pretty solid.
I mean, yeah, I almost dropped it, but it went well, I guess, yeah. Why did Pac-Man quit?
I'm pretty sure Pac-Man was having troubles with the ET door RBM,
Oh,
which is sad, but
that sucks, yeah.
Yeah, especially because Pac-Man is kind of yet to finish a seed pretty much. At least recently, anyway.
Oh, really? That's nice.
averagely spent like 10 minutes in this dungeon just to realize that the first check had boss key, which he could have done first.
Yeah, that's the thing with H system is that like the optimal route usually is to last occasion that because you can sometimes end up skipping that. But I guess if you're in kind of go mode, it might be worth doing that first. Yeah, CJ is unfortunately kind of a long sword hunt here. When it could have been avoided if he got mitts earlier. Honestly, he could probably be like almost done if he got mitts earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that sort of thing where it's like unfortunate routing has led to something like this.
Hey!
Please go to Eldon, CJ.
Yeah, I mean, there can't be that many places left for CJ. So he'll probably go to Eldon at some point soon.
It looks like he's going in that direction.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bottomless Caldera is pretty hard to do fast anyway, so... and that's just with doing it. Like, sometimes it's like, it's also quite easy to soft lock as well. And you might think, oh, it's, you know, there's bomb flowers at the beginning, it's like pretty hard. But like, they're at such a way where it's like, you can't just roll them down all the way. So you have to kind of do interesting strats where you keep Scaldera up the ramp a decent amount. Yeah, Cubes are, Cubs in chats has music battery dies. No, normally when batteries die, something will say, like, the batteries are dead.
I will also yell at you if your batteries are low.
Yeah, pretty much. And you'd also have, like, this icon in the corner, but like, that would last for, like, 8 hours saying, your batteries are low.
Yeah, sometimes the nunchuck can just decide to not work on you.
Oh, yeah. That in the community is known as a nunfuck.
Here's Master Sword for CJ. So this is actually really close between CJ and Yao.
Yeah, pretty much. Has CJ done all his dungeons? I think he has.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, so we could be seeing a race here between them.
Also, CJ has done Ballad of the Goddess. I don't think Yao has.
Yeah, no, Muzi's still struggling with Bottomless Caldera, and both Yao and CJ making their way to the end, with Yao having a slight advantage.
The CJ is going to be a good 30 seconds ahead of Yao just because he has his gate of time raised and Yao does not.
Oh yeah. So even though it appeared that like Yao had a advantage, he doesn't, basically.
Hey!
so Yell and CJ are about 20 seconds apart. Entering Horde. But as Paloa said, Yell does have TMS, which is really helpful for the first barrier.
Yeah, so it's definitely kind of neck and neck between these two runners. Yeah, Mizu definitely really struggling with Bomber Squad Arrow, which is unfortunate because it's like it's pretty hard to do if you're not well practiced at it.
Yell gets Horde skip, and CJ does not. So that puts Yell a good minute and a half, 2 minutes ahead of CJ.
Oh yeah, we could see the Horde skip snipe, which is always kind of everyone's worst fear at the end game. Because yeah, Horde skip being what it is kind of really easy to fail. And yeah, like losing in my zone because you lost Horde skip is always kind of, again, a fear that other runners have. Muzu finally have done Scholar, and so she'll be pretty much finishing up. I don't know, I can't tell what other dungeons she has.
Pretty sure she just has Cistern left.
Yeah, looks like it on their tracker.
Oh boy, CJ on 1 heart.
Is it no? Okay.
Yeah, they're hoping Billy doesn't ruin CJ's day.
Oh no.
No!
I mean, Billy.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No, no way.
1. Boko left.
That's so sad.
Billy strikes again.
And that's very likely, yeah, we'll take this in front of CJ.
I mean, yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, Yal's just got Demise left, and CJ has to do the entirety of the ending again.
clean demise fight for Yao.
Yeah, and that's Yao.
GG Yao.
GG. Hello.
Sorry about that. I had my mic turned off. GG.
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 Okay, so what to say about that seed? So the seed was a baby seed, but do you know what it came out of the womb saying? It said you had 3 choices. It says you have 3 choices. You can go to Farron, you can go to Linear, you can go to Eldon. And I made the wrong route.
Yeah. Deer basically was able to completely skip an area.
Basically, yeah.
Did you go straight to Eldon after getting like claw shots and all that?
I think I did, yeah.
I imagine the other 2 runners probably didn't do well with Scaldera.
Muzu did spend quite a while on Scaldera, yeah. Although I think CJ was pretty clean, honestly. I think what was it? Deer got bombs. I think.
Oh,
So he
yeah, yeah,
didn't
yeah.
do bomb Scaldera.
So I think my comment will be baby seed, but I chose the wrong route.
Yeah, this is definitely kind of that sort of
136.
thing.
136, that's faster than my any percent PB.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
Deer was
I
really
don't think
good.
I did. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't think I've done a run faster than my 80% PB, although my 80% PB is pretty good, I think. Although it was done at like 2 in the morning.
Nice.
Also, shoutouts to required Eldon double dip.
Oh, yeah.
Or actually, wherever the other mitts, because CJ appears to have magma mitts.
Other mitts were, I think, in Thunderhead somewhere.
Yeah,
Oh.
Din's power.
So did he skip the sword and magma turf, or
He skipped the
skipped the
one
one next
in
to
front of the Temple.
oh,
Honestly, CJ could have finished a lot earlier had he got mitts earlier, because he was like basically at a good opportunity where he could have got mitts, but he just didn't.
Yeah, he did a sword hunt the whole time. Or the whole end, rather.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
yeah, I come out of Lake Floria, assessing my choices. I go to Skyview, nothing. I go to Linear, nothing but a key piece. I go to Eldon, literally everything.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, like, Deer basically did go to Eldon immediately, like, around the same time as you went to, I think, Skyview.
To Skyview, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what made you go to Linearu? Was it the way the hero went?
It was the fact that there was like 10 checks in there compared to the 7 in to the 8 in Eldon and the like 6 or 5 non-map / key checks in Skyview. And the way the hero went.
Oh yeah, just in general with the way the hero sense, this is like more like a debate way the hero anything, and I think in general they do end up coming out to that because of key pieces, which is I guess why like Temple Seeds is like much better not to. It's like it's more likely that you do better ignoring the way the heroes hints. I mean, not like completely ignoring them, but like not going for them immediately because of that.
Earth Temple just is like that sometimes.
Yeah.
The fact that Earth Temple itself was way the hero is not something you see very often.
Yeah, I kind of commented on that because it's like normally it's very late in logic because of the key
And
pieces.
so that ended up I ended up using that because like by the time I got Master Sword, I was thinking, okay, so it's either whip or bombs or something that leads to them. So I decided I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah, and way the hero ended up being the whip.
Yeah.
Oh, and also something to just point out. Yeah, you and CJ were really close at the end. He entered Horde, I think, 20 seconds before you, but then he missed Horde skip and got killed by the last Boko in the last barrier. got killed by Billy. Yeah.
I might have saved enough time on TMS that even if he did the same like level of horde execution as I did, that I would have maybe come out a little bit on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just goes to show why everybody is afraid of you now, because your routing just always works somehow.
Yeah, and like we're saying like a lot of like newer players, a lot of players who like aren't say as good as like routing, can like sometimes like do route really well, and that's definitely some players here as well.
That could have even possibly been sub 130 if you just chose the exact right route and you executed really well.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
but that's
Well, then we're getting into the territory of like spoiler luck territory.
Yeah. And GG's
GG,
CJ.
easy.
Yeah, see if anyone else. So it's just Muzu on the restream now, or just in the race actually, because yeah, Pac-Man forfeited. Hello, CJ. Did you like
Hello,
that
CJ.
end game?
I have but one word, and it is Billy.
You like cut out right as you were saying the word.
Oh, it's Billy. I got Billy.
Oh, Billy. Oh no.
You did get bullied by the last guy.
I got legitimately the last guy and a like bad camera angle that caused me to side hop instead of backflip because I had a feeling one was still alive. So I was like, I'll Z target to rearrange the camera, which will put me facing backwards so I can hold back and side hop and backflip away from the one I thought was still alive. And it ended up doing like the complete opposite. The camera did like a 180 and I did a side hop directly into the attack.
Oh no. Also, if I were metagaming, I should have seen the fact that Deer finished at the time they did, and I was be like, okay, I know he goes for the first like small key check and cistern, so I should go for that. But I decided.
I
to
don't
check
think
the
that's what it was. Wait, okay, so what swords did everyone get?
I got all of them. You skipped the one in front of Earth Temple.
Okay, so
No.
they were both digging locked, but neither mitts are way of the hero. That's the best part of this
Yeah.
scene.
Oh yeah, CJ. If you had mitts earlier, you could have finished this so much. Like as soon as you entered
Yeah,
the
I
temple,
realized that.
You could have finished this so
The
much
only
earlier.
reason I went back to Eldin was because of hint density. I was like, I get the ability to get up to 3 hint stones really fast along with some checks.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for hints, I would have full cleared Lenario in last location to my swords to Eldin.
Oh yeah, Lenaru was definitely a big trap because Deer didn't even touch Lenaru.
I didn't either. I did not enter Lenario once.
Yeah,
Must be nice.
some people entered it a few times.
I
Oh, I
saw
went
the
to
Lenario way of the hero hint, and I was like, this is a diversion point. But I stuck with Eldin because I was like, okay, at this point, the only things that are guaranteed way of the hero, like able to be way of the hero at this point, are whip and bomb bag. Even though I'd kind of forgotten about bomb bag. So I was like, Earth Temple either has whip or leads to whip, and Lenaru is the key piece leading to it.
Yeah.
And then I got the key piece hint on Bat 50, and I was like, screw this, I'm just entering Earth Temple right now.
Yeah.
The
I
thing
was
is
And then I got
that I would get
sword,
a full
and then I
key.
got sword ballad in Earth Temple, and I was like, what if this is way of the hero, and there's some dumb logic chain going on? And then I got whip, and I was like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah,
I
I
also
was
then
worried
called bombs in Cistern. I was like, bombs could be in Cistern with this, and as it turns out, that was so dumb.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, and I think the thing with Earth Temple Siege is that you can often get a lot more way the hero debated because again, it can just be key pieces.
Yeah,
so,
I had that in the back of my mind the entire time I was trying to figure out the hint logic.
Yeah.
I am curious what the rest of the hints say, because there's not much left in this seed. There's a key piece that is unhinted, and that's probably Lenaru. Is way of the hero hint. So I don't know what else is hinted.
Also, I'm pretty sure Muzu got all 5 key pieces, by the way.
Oh.
Did you go to
interesting.
Lenaru at all, yeah?
Yes, that in fact. So that's what I was saying earlier. That's why my comment is baby seed, but I took the wrong route because after getting what happened was I'm also a little bit mad about how my routing turned out at the beginning because I saw the hint that Slingshot had a bottle and I saw that Skyloft was way the hero. So like, okay, so
Wait,
that
when was
probably
there?
means
Where was the slingshot bottle hint?
I think on Lumpy Pumpkin.
Did I might have just not written that down.
Well, anyway, so that's why I went straight to Farron. And then when I realized that Pero's crystals were completely dead, that made me kind of mad.
Well,
Especially since Summit was barren, so you
My-
didn't need a bottle at all.
Yeah, my beginning routing actually played out really well. I got Rattle and then I got 5 crystals and then Rattle, I think, and I was like, if I get 5 more crystals before Cave, I'll just sleep and dip the Tro immediately. And it gave me Claws, and that was so good.
I
got
see. So
Claws
you,
before entering Waterfall Cave, which is really nice because you can just check the hint on your way in.
Yeah.
yeah. And then also, so there was like, since I had Scale going to Farron, I thought I'll do like Floria early, which happened to be stacked. And
Yeah,
then,
like Floria was stacked.
and so at that point, I chose to go to. No, I think I chose to do Skyloft 2, and then after that, since I had Hook Beetle, I decided to go to Lanayru. Because your choices were either Lanayru, Skyview, or Eldin, and Eldin was the right choice.
I did Skyview like immediately. Like I claw shotted directly to Skyview because I had claw shots. Which was not the best decision because Skyview was kind of dead.
Yeah.
I think Deer managed to pretty much just go into Skyview and just go straight to it.
This is definitely an overworld friendly seed if you chose to like put off dungeons.
Yeah.
Except for Earth Temple, but you gotta
It
wait to
also-
hear Earth Temple hint, which means you just go immediately.
It also really punishes you if you don't know Boundless Scaldera.
Yeah, no, I almost broke. I almost screwed up my Boundless Caldera because I did the Goddess Sword strats because I was reading the wrong part of the strat doc.
I had a little bit of trouble getting my Boundless Scaldera started because I screwed up the timing on rolling the bomb and all that.
Other than messing up the sword pattern, like the hits, I was fine. Like I didn't soft lock once. I just had to get a Skyward Strike at the very end, so I was just that far, like just that 16 damage from being done.
I got a bicycle, which is nice.
Did you have Master Sword going in?
I had TMS
Jesus.
because
You know, I
like I
think
said, you skip the sword in front of Earth Temple because
Yeah. So wait, how did you end up with Mitts ahead of Earth Temple?
So that's why I was saying required Eldin doubled it because you got Harp and Magma Turf, and there was also a hint somewhere that said that Colin's letter had mitts. Yeah, okay.
Oh, I didn't
that's
see
the
that
advantage.
hint either.
That's the advantage I got from going to Lanayru. That hint was in caves.
You know, I thought about so like the decision between Eldin and Lanayru was probably the hardest decision I've made in several weeks in this randomizer.
Yeah.
Because Lanayru was the easy choice for check density because I had literally the entirety of Lanayru open, but I was like,
Yeah.
I feel like there has. So I did the math. There's like one more way the hero hint left, and who knows what that was going to point at this point. And there were at least 2 more item hints, I'm pretty sure. So I was like, the odds are that I'm going to see at least one of those really good hints in Eldin. Granted, I ended up not seeing any of them because I didn't even check a hint stone in Eldin after I got there.
Let's see. It looks like okay. So Deer skipped Slingshot. That makes sense.
I did, yeah.
You didn't get a bunch of Song of the Hero parts or Din's Power.
I don't think I did, yeah.
The interesting thing is
I'm
that
checking
if
a
you
tracker. That's all.
is if you skip Skyview in this seed, you play it completely differently, which is really interesting.
I was so I think the reason why I went to Lanayru is because I was thinking, okay, if I get mitts in Lanayru, then I don't have to worry about the one check in Skyview, and then I can
Yeah, that was
more
my
easily,
mind.
yeah.
And then
Also
also
don't
the
worry
one
about
check
the
in
check
Earth
in
Temple. I was
Yeah.
like, this Earth Temple was stacked. There has to be something like it. Given how much good stuff was in it, there was a huge chance that there was other good stuff in it, just because of the way front fill works.
Hmm.
I don't know. I really like the seeds we've been getting lately.
Yeah, this seed was good, but it was also it's like a polar opposite to yesterday's seed because instead of being a baby seed that's linear, it's a baby seed that's branching, and
Well, you see, the
that
thing
makes me
is
why
that
people
if you follow the logic in this seed pretty closely, like you can tell where it wants you to go. Like I got the early claws, and I was like, okay, that's my claws and scale plus double beetle lock, or like scale locked beetle and claw locked beetle, like I was like, this is dead telling me that Lake Floria is here.
I do admit that the thinking about the prioritizing Earth Temple Way of the Hero makes a lot of sense, and I don't know why I didn't think about that during the...
I saw the Earth Temple Way of the Hero, and I was like, as soon as I get Ruby Tablet, this seed is going to be weird. But
nice bottle scoop.
Mitts before Earth Temple was a huge play if you did it this seed. Because it means you go mode Earth. You basically go mode Earth Temple.
Yeah, so that's why I got the mitts. Well, actually,
I didn't have the hint. I didn't know.
I was the only one that had the hint, so that makes sense.
I'm gonna look at the hint real quick. I'm gonna look at.
I got so mad when the harp item in Skyview wasn't the harp. It was like just a.
Yeah.
Also, when I was piloting the beetle over to the gem, a keys hit me when I was just about to hit the stone.
A key? What? Which beetle flight?
In Skyview.
Like the one. I missed Cube Warp, so I did the beetle flight.
Same.
I don't know what happened. My angle was really weird on Cube Warp, and then I got a buffered stab from.
I don't know why I didn't do the beetle flight. I did the Walk of Shame.
Well, so I then immediately dipped out because I was like, what if mitts are in Deepwood's chest? Or I get a hint telling me where mitts are. And as it turns out, it did neither of those things, so I looked like an absolute idiot, but... You know, whatever.
Can't wait for my race time score to drop by like 500 points now.
Skyway of the Hero, Earth Temple Way of the Hero, Linearu Way of the Hero, Skyloft, Turf are both Way of the Hero.
Yeah, Skyloft. Way
of the Hero was really interesting because of its placement. At that point, I didn't have another projectile to give me access to that hint stone, so I was like, either there's another projectile somewhere, or Patro has another item, but he didn't. Well, he had earrings, but
when I got that hint, I decided that did not necessarily have to point to claw shots, because you could get beetle before claw shots if you.
Well, yeah, it did point to claw shots. It was the only thing on there.
Well, that's interesting.
Where were bellows? Did anyone get bellows?
No, I don't think so.
Toms?
I didn't know.
Kids? Battle Kids?
Nobody. According to the trackers, nobody did. Yeah, Bat 50 was a key piece, but since there was a hint pointing to that on its own, then the Way of the Hero hint doesn't necessarily point to that. Like, Way of the Hero points to things that are not hinted otherwise.
Yeah,
like,
no, the
example,
Way of the Hero on Patro could not have been the key piece, because it was a direct hint.
And since now that location hints come before Way of the Hero.
Yeah. And since we will get every location that is hintable in these settings. I'm curious. I'm playing at the stream to see where moves are.
About when I entered Elden, I realized I've probably lost this race, but I didn't expect.
Yeah, no.
For someone to finish like 25 minutes ahead of me, like.
I was pretty shocked when Deer finished.
I think I had closed race time when I entered Earth Temple, and then I like opened it up when I was going into Cistern, and I was like,
when you hadn't finished within like 10 minutes of Deer finishing, I figured that Deer did something.
Yeah.
And got lucky.
I figured
Deer must have chosen better, I should say.
Deer must have chosen the right route, going to Elden instead, which was.
It's really interesting because Elden locked both pairs of mitts pretty hard. Because it was Letter and Din's power.
Uh-oh, looks like Muzu failed Horde Skip.
I also failed Horde Skip in my first Horde attempt, which was...
I looked like I was gonna fail Horde Skip, because I was like a little tiny bit too far to the right, but it ended up working out anyway. Yeah, thanks to having True Master's Sword, Horde wasn't really a problem.
Yeah, I burned through 9 hearts and a fairy on my
Oh.
first horde attempt. I had really
Nice
bad
arrow.
movement on the first barrier and took like 3 hits before even reaching the barrier. Oh no, Musu.
Oh no, Monk is stamina.
Oh no. It feels like this feels like I'm watching my end game because my end game was really bad. So wait, Kick Out and Battle Cats, were Yal and I like extremely close entering the end game until
According
I died.
to
Yeah,
them,
Pretty
yes.
much, yeah.
You were 20
Apparently,
seconds
you were like
ahead
20
entering
seconds ahead of
Horde.
me,
I
which might have been
thought-
about the time difference that TMS would have had.
Yeah, actually, TMS probably does save about 20 seconds, which we would have been like dead even entering Girahim or Demise. I had a bad Demise though, so you would.
I had probably one of the best demise I've had because since you have, so like there's like the the strat where like you do 5 hits, then you hit from the bottom, and then you do 6 hits and hit from the top. I only go for that when I have TMS because that way I can spin attack and guarantee that I do the right number of hits. Because if I do that with Master Sword, I'm just gonna monk his stamina. So.
Huh. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I tried that and it worked out.
That's pretty nice.
Oh no! Does she have a fairy? Looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a heart over there.
Oh, she has a heart medal? Where were there heart medals? I didn't get any.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought there was a heart medal somewhere in Elden, if I remember correctly.
The only digging mix locked check I did in Elden was above the sand slide chest in turf.
I did everything except for the 2 key pieces that are like off to the side because I did Earth Temple first. In fact, I was thinking in my head, there might be some people who skip Magma Turf if they do the same thing as me, where they dipped for mitts after getting a harp. And then when I got a sword in there, I was like, glad I didn't do that, so I might get an advantage from that. And then I got a sword in Earth Temple.
And then you got another sword, and it was kind of... So it didn't actually matter which... Like, I landed at the worst statue I could have landed at. I landed at Ascent instead of either Temple or East when I came back to Elden. So, that was certainly fun. So if I had landed at Temple entrance, it would have been even faster, actually. But I figured Magma Turf to Ascent, doing the side loop and then finishing at Temple was the fastest route that gets all those checks. I also picked up water on Skyloft to avoid detouring into the waterfall area in Summit to get the one hint. Oh no, Muzu.
Did you not get this? Oh, maybe the Summit Baron hint was in...
No, I got the Summit Baron hint. I was going to dip into Summit for the hint stone.
For the hint, I see.
And leave. Because I was like, it's not that slow if I have water already. So I picked up water on Skyloft.
The one location hint I decided to pursue, which was the slingshot one, was the one that ended up not being required.
But you see, like, that hint was really good at giving you, like, good routing, because you knew that you'd end up with a bottle coming out of Farron, so you could delay the Volcanic Island hint. Assuming the Volcanic Island hint wasn't Farron Woods, is Baron.
Well, yeah,
which would be the worst case scenario.
Because of, yeah, I don't remember what I checked the Volcanic Island Stone before going in there anyway. Because then you might have been able to get spores from a mushroom anyway. Also, yeah, nice bug netting Girahim.
Oh no, Muzu.
Oh. And that's the extent of the fairies.
Well, at least she made it through main horde.
Yeah. I wonder how Deer's endgame was. Because he, according to the comms, I think he didn't do Bombless Scaldera, which is insane, because if he did, this might have been like an easy sub 130.
Yeah.
This is, like, with spoiler logs, this is an easy sub 130.
Yeah. Spoiler log, this is... You might even be able to get sub any percent in spoiler log.
I actually thought about this. I was like, in spoiler log, I wonder if optimal strats is Sealed Grounds Bit Warp to get Bomb Bag early to avoid Bomb Flowers Caldera.
Well, Wildflower Scudera doesn't necessarily lose time, especially if you have Master
slower
Sword.
than
Well,
it's
it's slower than if you
than
have bombs.
if you have bomb bag.
But
Setting
you
up
do
Baron
get to
Bit is
avoid
slow, though.
you do get to avoid one of the longer parts of Bomb of Scudera if you have Master Sword, because you only have to do spin attacks. You don't have to do Skyward strikes. You don't have to like have him roll all the way down and all that.
Well, in no bomb flowers called air strike, you have to have him roll down. There's not like you want to avoid third phase in all situations. In
Well, yeah.
bomb flower.
Uh-oh, Monk at Calibration. If we're gonna do like a set seed run of Skyward Sword Randomizer, I feel like this would be the seed.
SSR set seed glitched. SSR SSG.
Except SSG was like set seed glitchless, I think.
It is, yeah, it's true.
Random no bit. That could be like an slightly kind of interesting weekly, race idea. It just makes Earth Temple more annoying. It makes Earth Temple Earth Temple more annoying.
Yeah, we've talked about revising the rule set that we use for weeklies to be slightly more accessible, but we have not gotten very far in that discussion.
I feel like
mostly because we don't actually know how much more accessible no-bit makes the weeklies.
Because a lot of the essential tricks aren't too difficult to learn. Like,
yeah, but bit in my opinion is of the nature that you can't just like start playing the randomizer and be able to do good on those.
But at least you don't have to do stuff like 2x20 RBM or.
Well, yeah. Well, any percent is by nature harder because you can do some pretty insane stuff with good setups.
Just by the nature that we don't do fair and bit in rando.
Yeah. I think in any accessible rule set, fair and bit is banned.
Yeah.
Setting up fair and bit in rando alone is terrible.
Especially, actually, wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say, especially with the new start flags, but that only affects stance you skip, so.
Yeah. We could play with the no crashes and make it fair and bit really easy. Just do it.
Well, even if you had no crashes, wouldn't that mean you'd still have to do blind fair and dives if you don't start with Emerald Tablet?
No, because you can enter Sky with a file that has the pillar.
Well, yeah, but that means you'd still have to do it blind.
No, because you'd have the pillar if you entered the Sky with a file that has the tablet.
Oh, yeah, I guess with bit crashes, you could enter different Sky layers. So.
Yeah, you could actually, you don't even have to dive. You could just fly there.
Yeah, you could fly.
You don't need the tutorial layer.
Oh boy, that means Linearu bit.
Yeah.
I want to see logic that includes Linearu and Elden bit, but no. That's just terrifying to think about.
Hylia's Realm bit. Wait, no, that's something you can probably almost do in the vanilla.
I think with the right setup, you can do that in normal game, because you can do a Horde reverse bit warp, which means you have access to the Horde door.
Although, to be fair, that is a reverse bit warp, so you're not... Like, for example, you use Sky reverse bit warp, but if you tried to do that with the... If you tried to just enter that file in bit, you would have crashed because...
Well, yeah, but Hylia's Realm... I guess I'm thinking of Hylia's Temple, not Hylia's Realm.
Yeah.
Although
fighting Demise in bit when...
You can do that.
Yeah, you can.
Even without bit crashes?
Yeah, you can do it in base game.
Okay, well,
there's a picture of it on Jim's Twitter.
Well, that means, wouldn't that mean that you can access Hylia's Realm in bit? Because how would you reverse bit warp without...
Yeah, you probably can.
So, yeah. Gymnasium. Maybe if we ask Jim nicely, he'll come to at least one weekly.
If we ask him nicely, he might. We'll see.
I would have loved to see other people do this seed.
It's a beautiful first phase.
Because you get to see how people route.
Yeah, no, this seed definitely brings out the differences in people's play style in this randomizer, I feel like. I'm curious as to what Kick Hot would have done in this seed.
I mean, you could ask him.
Honestly,
I'm-
same.
It's the same. Yeah, and that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna be like, hey, Kick Hot, what do you do?
I would have thought I would have probably gone into the trap
GG
of
Muzu.
Lanayru, so...
GG's
yeah.
to Muzu now.
So yeah, GG Muzi, yeah.
And the race is over.
What a race. What a seed.
What a seed.
Wasn't a horrific seed, but it was a seed.
Oh, it wasn't horrific. It was really good, but like baby seeds that have non-linear routing makes me wide people sad.
Well, I mean,
'Cause
baby
then
seeds
you have-
with non-linear is really the way you want this to be, in my opinion.
But like the thing is, if you have it linear, then it's almost entirely on execution.
But rando should not be entirely execution, in my opinion, because there's a certain amount of, you know, you want to be able to route. Like you want good routing to, you know, propel players to the top as well.
Well, yeah, but in there's some cases where it's good routing, and some cases where it's just wrong routing. Like,
well, yeah, but like that's, in my opinion, that's the nature of rando. I don't know if like that's a
that's rando for you.
It's an obscure opinion, but like I like that rando takes away or can take away a certain amount of the skill aspect that people might not have competing in the base game, because, you know, like I know that like I can never hold a candle to Jim's movement, but if I route correctly, there's always the chance that I can out route and win a race against him. Still unlikely because Jim is like a god, but
I'd like to see like the second run back between Deer and Jim to see what would happen now.
Deer has improved insanely well. So
yeah, I feel like a lot of people who played in the tournament, especially, have improved themselves.
I mean, you too, yeah. But you've also like risen the ranks.
Yeah, I did start like running the base game as well.
In base games, so.
I imagine switching to console has something to do with it.
Yeah, it's probable. I really need to fix my console so I can play on console.
Yeah. Also, why did Pac-Man forfeit?
He says that he failed the Earth Temple RBM 4 to 5 times in his comment.
Oh yeah, you can see comments now.
Yeah. I think my comment is best comment.
Billy.
I lost second place to failing Horde Skip and then dying to Billy.
Nice.
So that's cool.
So I thought about that, but then I got there was a hint in Thrill Digger that said that Betro 50 had a key piece, and I was like, well, that sucks. I guess I'm doing the RBM.
Yeah, that was literally my exact thought process.
I had 4 key pieces, so I was like, maybe I'm gonna get the key piece before.
But at that point, I did also have a very sneaking suspicion that Lanayru's Way of the Hero item was a key piece, so I didn't do that.
Yeah, what a nice sneaking suspicion to have.
Lanayru had exactly the entire region of Lanayru had exactly one item, and it was a key. Well, one Way of the Hero item, and it was a key piece. Oh god! What else was in Lanayru? I'm curious. Was there anything good?
I don't think that I do. I don't remember anything being good in there. There might have been another.
Mine's
bottle.
Is Baron.
There might have been another bottle. Is the thing.
Lanayru main obviously is not Baron because there's a gratitude pack and a wallet.
And technically, the hint that the digging mitts were on Colin's letter, which is probably more valuable than the key piece to me in this seed.
Yeah, actually, and Sansi has a crystal pack and Nehru's, so also not Baron.
Yeah, thankfully I did not go to Sansi. Well, I didn't have a key. I didn't have the key at that point, so.
Dude, you could get baited so hard by this seed. But thankfully the bombs were deep, which prevents you from doing all of Lanayru.
Yeah. I mean, technically, if you didn't know Bombless Scaldera, that was like probably one of the worst places you could have bombs. Because you literally have to get to the end of Earth Temple to unlock them.
Yeah, I'm so glad I managed to do Bomb Flowers. I forgot to save, too, before it. I was monk-assing the whole fight. So that was fun. But yeah,
Yeah.
was a fun seed.
Yeah,
Actually.
definitely. I just, yeah, I did the wrong thing.
It's random.
Which sucks, but yeah, that's just how it is.
I'm curious from our commentators, like who you guys thought had like were in the lead at various points in the race based on when people found items in the diverging routes.
I feel like by the
Honestly,
time Deer found Harp, they probably thought he was in the lead because
honestly,
you were in
it,
Skyview and I was in Linear, I think.
it was kind of hard to tell throughout the run. Although I think as soon as Deer was like 2 items from go mode, it was kind of clear that he was in the lead. But I think for most of that, it was kind of hard to tell, really.
Yeah, honestly, I thought Deer was in the lead most of the time because, well, he just dipped to Eldon first before, first, and was really close to go mode like the whole time.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
definitely regret not doing Lake Floria immediately in Farron.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't do Lake Floria immediately.
I did I did it after Skyview, I mean. I regret that I didn't go I didn't enter Farron, check tree and check tree heart piece and the chest inside tree and then just dip into Lake Floria. Because that would have led me to go get Hook Beetle and then enter Eldon immediately.
In my defense, I didn't want to enter Eldon because I feel like with Skyview existing, I would have found Mitz by now, but I didn't, so... Because I didn't want to go into Eldon without Mitz, even though I had Hook Beetle, which means I could continue on to the back half, just because I'd be missing out on so many things.
I feel like this seed could have been very, very different if the hints were shuffled slightly differently as well. I think hints definitely helped this seed.
Yeah, hints were really good.
I feel like there's just a dichotomy of hints. We either get really good hints and we're hints carried the seed, or we're why do hints even exist? They gave me nothing.
Yeah, I have in my hint stocks, I see Ruby and SC in Floria, and then in the next line, which locks Lanegru Keck W in all caps.
That's a good note. That's a very good note.
And also a little tip to anybody who's writing hints. Instead of typing Way of the Hero, type Phi, because it's half the characters. And it says Spirit of the Sword.
That's
Spirit
also
of the Sword, so
I mean, it depends on how fast you can write. I can write WOTH pretty quickly.
I have Skyle Foat Phi, No Alent, Et Phi, Slingshot Bottle, Moga Turf, Wall Entrance Collins.
Moga Turf.
Laneru Phi, Summon Baron, No LMF Top, Academy Phi, Beetle Shed Chest, Ruby Nessine, okay, you saw that already. No Hip, Sky FBI, Collins Letter Myths, no I didn't
FBI.
It was supposed to be Phi, but I typoed.
Okay, I don't even want to.
I don't fix my typos in my hint.
That's reasonable.
Oh, you don't write hints down? Yeah, that writing hints down is a legitimate skill to the new, being able figuring out when you need to write your hints down. Because the reason why I truncate them so much is so I have time to write them in loading zones.
Loading zones, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty rare to get 2 hints that you have to write down long hints that you have to write down in a single hint stone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, just write your hints in loading zones.
I basically only write down Way of the Hero hints. I just mark off bad checks in the tracker if they're dead.
Yeah.
And then I use the trial hints for trials that are clearly bad.
I do eventually want to make it to the tracker. You can tell it what items are on there so that you can look back, and then that helps you track Way of the Hero as well. But that's a bit of a ways down the road for the tracker.
Yeah, but yeah, again, it was cool seed, and yeah,
I'm glad this was the note this is the note we're starting on with weeklies, because
yeah, we've had some good races for the weeklies,
which you guys could have seen last seed as well.
Yeah, there were a lot of seeds that we probably didn't feature on Restream that would have probably been really good on Restream.
Now I can't wait for next weekly where we're gonna get LMF, Sandship Fire Sanctuary, and last location claw shots.
I mean, it could be like my seed that I'm doing on my stream where claw shots were on the Din's flame check inside of LMF with entrance rando on.
Oh,
That was fun.
I promise I didn't roll that seed.
And this is why we will never let Battle Cats roll a weekly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, GG's to the runners. Shoutouts to our commentators, KitKat and Battlecats, and to our trackers, Renderon, Harmjam, Jahal, and Quinjet. We are going to be raiding over to ZSR Main, which is featuring a Windbreaker Rando tourney race. Show what round that is. That is Winners Bracket Quarterfinals, Gobbity Bobbity versus Woofer ZFG. Game 2 of that series. So, also coming up on this channel in about 15 minutes is the Ocarina of Time item randomizer, standard weekly for the M&A times out. And then we have more stuff on the schedule for tomorrow, so keep an eye on that if you're interested in any of that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice day, evening, or whatever it is in your time zone.